Welcome to season 2 of Moose Van. Last season we had a budget build, so bare bones, 2-season, which turned out to be no season type of camping. It was basically a big metal tent. This season we have a much more elaborate build planned. In season 1 of Moose Van, the budget build, we set out to answer the question whether or not 2 people and 2 dogs could exist comfortably in a vehicle this size to both travel in as well as stay overnight, short-term and long-term camping. And the answer to the question is yes, we actually did quite well. In season 1, we made a video on the success and failures of the budget build, and we were pleasantly surprised that 2 people and 2 dogs actually can exist in a vehicle this size. It was a lot better than we expected. So now, season 2, we're going to build a 4-season van that has a lot more comforts and a lot more functionality to fit our needs. One of the last episodes we did last season was the actual budget for the budget build, and the total cost of this van, as seen, was a little over $5,000. And you might be asking yourself, did you just waste $5,000 to find out if camper van camping is a good fit? And the answer is no. So many of our large purchases were things that stay with the van through season 2 and beyond. So the windows, max air fan, dry flush toilet, and things like that carry forward. So if you take all of that into account, how much did we actually waste on our experiment? It was about $1,500, which I feel pretty good about. If you consider the number of nights that we were camping, it would have been well over $1,500 and not as good of an experience for us or the dogs. So I think that that was money well spent, and it gets us to where we are today, building out our 4-season van. What do we have in store for you this season? Well, we have a whole new floor plan that's pretty exciting. Let's take a look at it. I'm using a program called VanSpace 3D. This has been a tremendous help in determining the new floor plan. Let's check it out. You can see right off the bat that the bed seems to be in an odd location. And no, we're not going to sleep with it up there. This is going to give us the maximum floor space that we're looking for. During the day and travel, we've got a lot of open space here to work with. And then at night, we can quite simply push a button and lower that bed down into place. I anticipate that it will come down to rest on top of the ottoman on one side and the bench on the other. This is a queen-size bed, short queen, 60 inches wide and 73 inches long, and it should fit right down in there perfectly. Okay, let's put that back up. The living space in our van is 13 feet long and about 6 feet wide for the most part. So when we have this bed here that takes up about 6 feet of space, and by the way, we can't have that all the way up against the cab. We actually need to push it back 6 to 8 inches because of clearances going up and down. So we're taking up close to 7 feet just for the bed itself. That leaves only about 6 feet of space for the rest of the build. On the driver's side, we have this bench. It is approximately the same length as the bed, so that the bed will come down into that space. Notice I do have some room here. The space was left intentionally so that we'd be able to swivel the driver's seat as well as the passenger seat. And then we have this little footrest here as well as storage. The ottoman on this side will function as storage as well as a place for the bed to rest on. We're on the driver's side, kind of outside looking in. This kitchen is comprised of 2 different cabinet systems. The first cabinet is 42 inches wide, and then the second cabinet is 30. So that's actually 6 feet from end to end of countertop space. We do have the sink here. This is going to be drawers, so a bank of drawers, sink, and then this large area here can function as extra counter space, as well as we'll put our induction cooktop there when we're cooking. You can see our bank of drawers here. This is not going to be a bank of drawers. That's just the graphic I used. It will probably be a door that will open. That's where the sink and the plumbing will be. We may or may not add this window. It's still to be determined. And then we have our overhead storage as well. One of the great things about the super high roof ProMaster is that we can put these as low as the normal level is. However, we can make them 20 inches tall. That's the additional storage that we've been looking for. One challenging thing with VanSpace 3D is that it doesn't allow you to get into the space and then zoom out enough so that you can actually have a good view of what's going on. So I've got this view here where you can see we have the ottoman where the bed will come down and rest. It's also some storage down there. This is the cabinet next to the ottoman. It'll have a drawer and a door, extra countertop space for the kitchen. That also helps with the open floor concept. It's not closed in. We have our refrigerator here. We do have storage underneath. And then over top of the refrigerator, we have a microwave. Let me get around to a better view of that. So we'll see it from the back side. So again, refrigerator, microwave, extra storage over top, and then that's that cabinet. That cabinet is only 18 inches wide, and the refrigerator that we have is the Isotherm Slim 70, which is 16 inches wide. You'll notice that I have this wall right in the middle of the van. This will be constructed with 80/20 extruded aluminum, and that will be the separator between the kitchen and the bathroom. If you're wondering where the toilet is, it's going to be hidden underneath that cabinet there. Let me pull it out for you. Nice, huh? All right, let me put that away. All right, so we'll have a pretty small shower overall. This is a 36 by 30 pan. However, it will ultimately be a custom build because of the wheel well. I don't actually have 30 inches of space there to put in a preformed shower pan. All right, that's the high level design. In terms of materials and colors and how it will actually all go together, that remains to be seen. But this is currently the plan, and I'm going to go ahead and circle around this a few more times so you can have a better look at it. Some of the components for Moose Van Season 2 have started to arrive, but the van's not ready for that yet. So I'm just not ready to start installing things. We have to do the floor, ceiling, walls, other prep. So we've started storing them inside. Let's go take a look. So this is where I'm set up. I'm in the far corner of my wife's office, and we have the EcoFlow Power Kit, our refrigerator, and the Velit air conditioner. The purpose of this setup is to test all of these systems. Since I'm not ready to put them in the van yet, I don't know if they work or not. So we need to check and make sure that everything is operational and functioning as we expect it. If there are any problems, we've got plenty of time to get them resolved. Let's get a closer look at the EcoFlow Power Kit. This is a 15 kilowatt system, so 3 of the 5 kilowatt batteries. The power hub, have the Power Insight tablet, and the 30 and 50 amp distribution panel here. The reason I have the distribution panel up here is because it makes it a lot easier to connect it to the refrigerator, because I don't have a lot of extra wiring, so I'm quite literally just using the wire out at the back of the refrigerator and plug directly into the panel. I'm going to go ahead and turn the power kit on. Okay, it's lighting up. Good. Okay, we're on and connected. All right, we're going to turn on the DC power with a switch here. The DC connection is off the side here. Goes up this cable into the power distribution unit here. I do have the refrigerator connected into a 15 amp fuse in the panel. And when we turn that on, we should get the refrigerator operational. And then we have to go into the app and we actually have to turn on the fuse from here. Oh, I just heard it kick in. We're connected in here to number 1. Next, we're going to test the air conditioner. This is the Velit 2000R. It is a 48 volt rooftop air conditioner. And I got this specifically to work with the EcoFlow system, which is also 48 volts. The Velit air conditioner comes with this wiring harness here. It has a connector like this that goes into the air conditioner itself. The other end has simply a positive and negative. It does come with this fuse block here, and it comes with a pigtail coming off of this that has a ring terminal. So I've removed that and I've connected this other wiring harness. This was purchased from Camper Van HQ. This is where I bought my EcoFlow system from. It's a cable that's specially designed for 48 volt air conditioners. So it has the connector on the one side that goes to the EcoFlow Power Hub. And on the other side, it simply has a positive and negative. So this was easy enough to crimp on some ring terminals and then connect this here. This one is a little less official. In the van, we will have a bus bar or some other mechanism to connect this. This is a temporary test. So all I've done here is crimp a terminal onto here and then just use a bolt to connect the two together. This is something we use for our outdoor Christmas decorations. It's just a protective sleeve to protect from the elements. And in this case, it will protect us from electric shock. So I've made all the connections here. Now I'm going to plug this into the air conditioner. All right, we're on the underside of the air conditioner. You can see here, this is coming out of the AC unit. And this is what we're going to plug into it. Okay, that connection's made. And now we're going to plug the other end into the power hub. Oh, did you hear those 2 beeps? That came from the air conditioner. All right, now we're back underneath the air conditioner. Let's see if we've got power. Now that I've tested the systems, I made sure that they are functioning properly. I'm going to go ahead and pack all this stuff away, probably in the basement, get them out of my wife's office. I think she'll appreciate that. I didn't want to go into a lot of details in this video of how things work. I will do that in a future video. So today's accomplishment was just to make sure that all the systems were tested and working properly, as well as get over some of the learning curves. For instance, connecting the air conditioner to the EcoFlow power system, while it's straightforward right now, before I had all the pieces to put together, I didn't quite know how all of it was going to work. So to have that worry put aside and be able to move on to troubleshooting and solving for other items is important. I hope you enjoyed our little sneak preview of Moose Van Season 2. And it's winter in Ohio. It's an unseasonably warm day, although I'm still chilly being out here. We do expect snow by the end of the week. So the build will be a little slower than over the summer with the budget build. It's going to be a little more elaborate, so this is going to take us a lot more time. So I hope that you stick with us, and we're going to start our journey real soon.